The figure below shows the curves y is equals to 8x minus x squared and y is equals to x squared minus 16x plus 64 intersecting at the points A and B. So the diagram is there. Part A, determine the coordinates of point A and B. Coordinates of point A and B. So look at points A and B. Those are points of intersection of the two curves. So to get those points, you equate the y functions of the both curves. And this is what you do. So the first one, we'll let this one, the first function here, we denote it by y1. So this is y1 is equals to x squared minus 16x plus 64. Then this one, for the purposes of calculation, we denote this function by y2 is equals to 8x minus x squared. So in order to get the point of intersection, that is A and B, we normally equate y1 is equals to y2, equate the two functions. So that is what you're going to do. So we take x squared, that is y1, minus 16x plus 64 is equals to the second function, 8x minus x squared. So like terms together, I'll bring the x squared together. So how we'll have this is 2x squared, then minus 16x minus 8x plus 64 is equals to 0. So this one will simplify 2. So 2x squared subtract 24x plus 64 is equals to 0. You can simplify this one by dividing all through by 2, so that you get x squared minus 12x plus 32 is equals to 0. This one is a quadratic equation. You can use any suitable method to find the value of x. I will use factorization. So x squared, so negative 12x, I can write negative 12x is negative 8x subtract 4x. That is negative 12x plus 32 is equals to 0. So factorize this. X is common. So x minus 8 minus 4 is common. X subtract 8. And this one will give 2. This one will give 0. And so you have x subtract 4. X subtract 8 is equals to 0. If this is the case, then it means that x minus 4 is equals to 0. And this will give x to be 4. And again, if x minus 8, now x minus 8 is equals to 0, then x is equals to 8. So those are the two values of x. Now we need to get the corresponding y values. Just use any of these functions. So I'll use this function here. Y is equals to 8x minus x squared. So when x is 4, you just substitute when x is 4 in that function, you get y to be 16. And then when x is 8, you substitute in the same function, you get y to be 0. So therefore, when you look at the diagram here, you notice the values of x. X is equals to 4, the other one is equals to 8. 8 is there, then 4 is here. This is where we have 4. So the points A and B, therefore, point A will be 4, the x coordinate is 4, y is 16. Then for B, x is 8, and then y is 0. So those are the two values of A and B. We go to the next part. Estimate the area of the shaded regions using the trapezoidal rule with 8 strips. The shaded region. So you can see we have 2 shaded regions, and we are supposed to use the trapezoidal rule with 8 strips. So we are going to have 8 strips all the way from 0 to 8. We are going to use the intervals of 1. So to get the interval, you normally take 8. You want to get this one from 0 to 8. So that difference, the interval will be 8 minus 0 divided by 8. So we are going to use the intervals of 1. So you're going to prepare the table. And to get the shaded region, we shall subtract the area under the curve y1, then minus or subtract the area under the curve y2. That will give us the area of the shaded region. And you're going to do this one in parts. So the area y1 under y1 between 0 and 4, subtract the area under the curve y2 between 0 and 4, and then you do the same now from 4 to 8. So we'll do it in two parts. But first of all, you're going to create the table from 0, having the values and the interval from 0 with 8 strips, 0 to 8. And then we fill the values first. So let me create the table very fast. So we shall have x. So from 0, intervals of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So y1, number of function y1 is x squared minus 16x plus 64. So we fill that table, that will be y1, and then this one is y2. Then now we get the difference, y1 minus y2, and this one should be the absolute. We only consider the positive value since this is the area. So this level, you simply need to use your calculator. So you're going to save time. Just y1, feed these values of x in the function y1, and y1 is this function here, y1, I'll write it here. So y1 is equals to x squared minus 16x plus 64. Then y2 is equals to 8x minus x squared. So you need just to use the calculator and be careful and feed these values of x. So when x is 0, when up to 8. So that one, we'll do it very fast. So this is what you're supposed to get. 64, 49 here, 36, 25, 16, 19, not 19. From 16, we have 9, we have 4, we have 1, and 0. Then y2, using another function, 8x minus x squared, it will be 0, 7, 12, 15, 16, 15, 12, 7, and 0. So now after filling those values of y, now we subtract, we get the difference, y1. And the reason why we are subtracting, for us to get the shaded area, we said we are going to do it in parts. The shaded area, we can call this part, let this be part P, and this one, the other shaded area, to be Q. So to get the area of the shaded part P, for example, you're going to use the interval from 0 to 4. So the area under the curve y1, subtract the area under the curve y2 between 0 and 4. Then you do the same for area Q, the area under the curve y. But how here you have to be very careful because you take the absolute, because the curve that is above is y2. So when you use the curve that is y1, you will end up with negative, but you ignore the negative because this is the area, you use the absolute. So the same thing, area under the curve y1 between 4 and 8, subtract the area under the curve y2, that is between 4 and 8. So that is what you're going to do. Where you get negative, you consider the positive because you're dealing with the area. So let us subtract these. So we shall have this one as 64. We subtract, this one will give 42. This one will give 24. This will give 10. Be subtracting 25, subtract 15, then 16, subtract 16. Then look at these. Now for this one, you have 9, subtract 15. Now that one you consider, you get, that is the case where I was telling you, when you get the negative, you consider the positive. This is the area. We are calculating the area using these heights. So you should not get negatives. So 9, subtract 15, that is negative 6, but you consider positive, that is 6. Then this one again, this will be 8, this one will be 6, and this one will be 0. So now let us after getting everything, filling y1, subtract y2, now we are getting the area first using trapezoidal rule. And you know how we use trapezoidal rule. So we start from 0 to 4. 0 to 4 first. We get the area from 0 to 4. And then from there we get 4 to 8. So 0 to 4. So using trapezoidal rule. So from 0 to 4. So trapezoidal rule, a half times height. Height is 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. So height is 1. That height is 1. Then the first plus the last. So using 0 to 4, the first, that is 64 plus 0. That will be 64 plus twice the middle terms, the middle values here. So middle 42 plus 24 plus 10, like that. Then we add. Now we have the area from now 4 to 8. 4 to 8, you're getting the area above the curve. And the reason why you're getting a negative in this section is because the curve y2 is the one that is above y1. That is why you got negatives, but there's no difference because once you get the negatives, you simply ignore them. So, so the next one will be from now 4 to 8. From 4 to 8. 4 to 8. So area by trapezoidal rule, half times 1. The interval is 1. Then the first and the last. The first in this case is 0 plus 0. That will give 0 plus twice. So the middle terms here are 6 plus 8 plus, we have a 6 plus 8, 6 plus 8 plus 6. Look at that. So the first one, you say the first one is 0, 0, and then we have 6 plus 8 plus 6, like that. That is how you calculate now from 0 to 4 using the trapezoidal rule, then from 4 to 8. You're doing it in parts. So now use a calculator to work out these. Use a calculator to work out these. So this one, for the first part, you have 64 plus 2 to bracket. This is a 42 plus 24 plus 10 and divided by 2. So this will give 108. So for this one you get 108, and then the other one you get, this one you get 20. So from 0 to 4, when you work it out, you get 108 square units. Then from 4 to 8, you get 20. So when you add, you get 120, 108 plus 20, and this will give 128 square units. So that is how you get the area using the trapezoidal rule with 8 strips. Now we go to part 2, Midordinate rule with 8 strips. Midordinate rule with 8 strips. So for midordinate rule, we're going to use the midpoint of each of these strips. For example, you just use this table that you have here. Look at these values. So now between 0 and 1, we pick the midpoint, and the midpoint will be 0.5. Then here 1.5, pick the midpoints. Then here 2.5, 3.5, then 4.5, 5.5, then 6.5, the midpoint of each of those strips, then 7.5. So those are the midpoints that you're going to use. So we draw a table here, construct the table, having extracted now the midpoint. So you have x, again y1, y2, and then the absolute y1 minus y2. So the midpoints, the first one we have extracted is 0.5, then 1.5, then 2.5, then 3.5. So that is the first part that we have to get the area. So we're going to get the first area from 0.5 to 3.5, and then the other one will start from 3.5 all the way to 7.5. So 3.5, this one we continue, this is a 4.5, 5.5, 6.5, and 7.5. So again, use your calculator. The function y1, you can see it is x squared minus 16x plus 64. Just substitute the values of x, and then y2 is equals to 8x minus x squared. Just substitute the values using that function, use a calculator and fill. So this is what you're going to get when you fill. So this will be 56.25, then 42.25, 30.25, 20.25, 12.25, then this one is 6.25, 2.25, then 0.25. Then y2, now we're substituting in that function. Y is equals to 8x minus x squared. First one will be 3.75, then 9.75, 13.75, then 15.75, then another 15.75, then 13.75, 9.75, and 3.75. Now subtract y1, subtract y2. For this one you get 52.5, and this one is 32.5, 16.5, 4.5, 3.5, 7.5, 7.5, and 3.5. Note that from 3.5 up to 7.5, when you subtract, you get the negatives, but we ignore that. Remember, we are using these ordinates, and to get the area, you must get positive area. So that is why you're ignoring instances where we have negatives. So we only take the positive, the absolute values. So now, after we've done that, now it is time to use the Midordinate rule. Remember, we are doing it in parts. So from 0 to, remember our diagram here, from 0 to 4, then from 4 to 8. So from 0.5, the first one will go up to 3.5. So area using the Midordinate rule is given by height, which is from 0.5 to 1.5, 2.5. You can see the interval, that is the height, it is 1. Then multiply by the sum of the ordinates. So from 0.5 all the way to 3.5. So that is 52.5 plus 32.5 plus 16.5 plus 4.5. That is the area between 0 and 4. So we can get that one first. So 52.5 plus 32.5 plus 16.5 plus 4.5. So that will give 106. We've got the area from 0.5 up to 3.5. Now we start from 4.5. The area from 4.5. So the area from 4.5. So area from 4.5. And it is good to always look at the diagram there, because we're using the midpoint of each of the strips. So when you look at the first one here, where we extracted, we've got the area from 0.5 all the way to 3.5. Now we are starting now from 4, from this point. So the midpoint of the next point here will be 4.5. So from 4.5 all the way to 7.5. So for height is 1, then 4.5. So you are reading this will be 3.5, then plus 7.5, this one now, then plus 7.5, then plus 3.5, like that. So we add 3.5 plus 7.5 plus 7.5 plus 7.5 plus 3.5. So when you add, you get 22. This one will give 22 square unit. So therefore, the total area will be given by, you simply add 106 plus 22, you get 128 square units. So that is simply how you're supposed to solve that question using the Midordinate rule and the Trapezoidal rule.